Very good morning to all of you. I once again welcome you all to this current lecture. In the last lecture, we started the new chapter that is called as the electrolytic conductance, in which we discuss the introductory part regarding this chapter. Now, in the current lecture, we are going to study the types of conduction. So, what are the different type of conduction? Before that, we must get familiarized with the types of this conduction as well as the conductors. So before studying these types of conduction, we must know what are the different types of this conductor. So conductor are of two types. One is called as the metallic conductor. One is the metallic conductor, and second is called as the electrolytic conductor. This is a electrolytic conductor. This is the electrolytic conductor. Now, what is the difference between these two conductors? No doubt, both these conductors conduct the electricity, but what is the basic difference among these two? So that we are going to study. So as far as this metallic conductor is considered, we have to consider under this heading a specific metal. A specific metal we have to consider under this heading. Suppose if we have a iron rod, if you have a iron rod, then if we want to study the conductivity phenomena by this iron rod, then what happens? We take a actual rod of this metal iron, and what happens if we hit that rod from one end? If we hit that rod from one end, suppose this is a iron rod, this iron rod is there, and suppose if we apply the heat from this end, if we apply the heat, if we hit suppose this rod from one end, then what happens? Gradually this rod becomes warmer from one end. Gradually the heat is transferred from one end to this another end. So what happens? The heat get transferred from this iron rod from one end to the another end. So what happens in this case? That heat is transferred, or we can say that when you apply the electricity, that electricity get transfer from one end to the another end by this type of the iron rod. So such a type of conductivity, when we consider, that conductivity is nothing but the metallic conduction, and that conductor is called as the metallic conductor. Means we have to take actually a specific metal in this case. So this is called as the metallic conductor. On the another hand, instead of taking a metal, suppose we take a aqueous solution. Suppose if we take a aqueous solution of NaCl, suppose aqueous solution of NaCl, suppose, then what happens? In this case, we cannot take a metal. Instead, we take a aqueous solution of electrolyte. In this case, we take aqueous solution of electrolyte. Suppose I take here aqueous solution of NaCl, that is electrolytic in nature. So this is the basic difference between these two types. In metallic conductor, we have to take a actual metal, while in this electrolytic conductor, we have to take a solution of an electrolyte. So depending upon that these are the two types of electrolyte. One is a metallic, that is a conductor, and second is called as the electrolytic conductor. Both conduct the electricity. Now the second important difference between these two conductors is that the metallic conductors gives the conduction, then that conduction is called as the electronic conduction. That conduction is called as the electronic conduction. The conduction given by the metallic conductor is called as the electronic conduction. On the other hand, the conduction given by this electrolytic conductor is called as electrolytic. It's called as electrolytic conduction, or it may called as the ionic conduction, or it may called as the ionic conduction. Now we are interested to study the difference between these two different terms. That is, the conduction given by metallic conductor is called as electronic conduction. On the other hand, the conduction given by the electrolytic conductor is called as the electrolytic or ionic conduction. Now the question arises, why this is so? So just we studied here, whenever we heat the rod of a metal from one end, gradually that heating get transferred from one end to the another end. Now when this heat or when this electricity get passes from one end to the another end, so this movement of heat or electricity from one end to the another end is due to transfer of, or this is nothing but the due to the electrons. This is due to the electrons. So what happens, these electrons absorb that particular heat or that electricity, so it get transferred from one electron to the another electron. So this transfer of this heat or the conduction shown by these metals is due to the electrons. That's why this is called as electronic conduction. This electronic stands for this electron. So this conduction is due to electrons. So this conduction of this conductor is called as electronic conduction. On the other hand, in this electrolytic conduction, what happens, whenever we consider the aqueous solution of the electrolyte, suppose this NaCl, then what happens, this conduction is due to actual migration of ions. Actual migration of ions. There is a actual migration of ions is there, as suppose Na plus and Cl minus. So these ions get migrate, and that's why we can say that due to migration of ions, this is called as the electrolytic. This electrolytic stands for a given electrolyte, or it may called as the ionic. Why it is ionic? Because in this case the ions are involved in a conduction, and that's why this type of conduction is either called as the electrolytic conduction, or it may called as the ionic conduction. So this is the basic difference between these two conductors. One is called as electronic conduction and second is called as electrolytic or ionic conduction. And these are the two types of conductor, that is a metallic conductor and electrolytic conductor. Once we studied this simple classification, now we are interested to study this electrolytic conduction. So for this purpose, we consider here, we are going to study this electrolytic conduction. What is the meaning of this electrolytic conduction? Just we studied here. Now we are interested to study the mechanism of this type of the conduction. So for this purpose, we take this vessel. In this vessel, we take an aqueous solution of an electrolyte. We take an aqueous solution of an electrolyte in which we immerse, in this vessel we immerse electrodes. One electrode is a positively charged, and second electrode is called as the negatively charged. These two electrodes are attached together with the external circuit. These electrodes are attached to the external circuit. Now in this electrolytic solution, what happens, whenever a metal, that electrodes are deep, and when we apply the external electric field, then what happens, there is a formation of, we know that this is the electrolytic solution, so it consists of the cations and anions, that is the positively charged ions and negatively charged ions. So when we apply the external electric field, then what happens, these ions show the tendency of movement, or they get actually transfer or get migrated to the oppositely charged electrodes. Suppose this cation is there, cation having a positive charge, so these have the tendency to migrate towards the oppositely charged electrode, and that is nothing but this type of the negative electrode. So you can say that cations get migrated towards this negative electrode from the solution. At the same time, this anion is negatively charged, so it get transferred towards the positive electrode. So in this way, these ions from this aqueous solution of electrolyte get transferred towards the oppositely charged electrode by the application of external electric field, and in this way what happens, the electricity get, or electricity can be transferred, or electricity can be conducted, electricity get conducted by the particular aqueous solution of the electrolytes. So we can say that whenever the electricity can be conducted by aqueous solution of electrolyte, it is due to actual migration of ions. It is due to actual migration of ions towards oppositely charged oppositely charged electrodes. This is the actual migration of ions towards oppositely charged electrodes, and whenever such a type of migration of ions is there, due to which what happens, electricity can be generated or electricity can be conducted. This electricity can be conducted by a particular solution. Whenever such a type of electricity is that is conducted by a solution, we can say that that current can be flow from this positive electrode towards this negative electrode. And in this aqueous solution, what happens, there is a change in concentration of solution can be takes place in the vicinity of this type of the electrodes. So this simple phenomena of conduction is called as the electrolytic conduction, because this conduction involves the actual migration of ions from a electrolytic solution. So this conduction is called as the electrolytic conduction. So this is an important basis of the conductivity phenomena shown by a particular electrolytes. We can take any type of the electrolyte in this vessel. It may be strong electrolyte, it may be weak electrolyte. So depending upon that, the extent of the electricity conducted by the electrolyte get differ. Whether that electrolyte is a strong or whether it is a weak, depending upon that, this extent of electricity conduction get differ. So this is an important mechanism of electrolytic conduction shown by a particular electrolyte. So in the current lecture, we studied the two different aspects of this conduction. The first aspect is this types of conduction. So this conduction is of two types. Before that, the conductors is of two types: metallic conductor, electrolytic conductor. The conduction shown by these two different conductors are known as electronic conduction, and second is the electrolytic or ionic conduction. And in the second half, we studied in a short the mechanism of this type of the electrolytic conduction. For this purpose, we take this figure for this electrolytic conduction phenomena. So this is a simple explanation regarding the two different points, that is a classification of the conduction and electrolytic conduction and metallic conduction. So today we stop here. The remaining points from this chapter we will take in a next upcoming video lecture. So with that, I stop here. Thank you so much.